Though she denies it and her boyfriend is tight-lipped, this woman got arrested for beating up her man because they had a little domestic dispute in public and some witnesses called 911. One thing led to another. They even got the 14-year-old daughter involved, trying to convince the cops that nothing happened. I don't know. You be the judge. Was an interesting case nonetheless. Let's jump into this one. Boyfriend beater gets arrested for the first time. This one's from a channel I haven't watched before, but it looks to be some entertainment on the purview here.
I'm so scared. I've never in my life, I've worked in a prison, but I've never been through this. I'm so scared. I feel like I'm not gonna
get right now, take it one step at a time. We're gonna have to take you down there, okay? So watch your head. I'm gonna shut this door.
A man is suddenly attacked by a woman in front of stunned drivers and pedestrians. Frantic 911 calls flooded dispatch as officers race to the scene. Here's what happened next.
I saw you guys when I...
That was pretty dramatic from the AI VO voice. Frantic calls to 911 as officers race to the scene. I don't know if it was that crazy. They're just kind of like chilling outside of a CBD dispensary of sorts. But let's see.
I was over there.
That's like, fine. It was
arguing a little bit.
It's just a disagreement. Man. Who had a long day.
Okay, who was that? She's your girlfriend. Okay.
Cheers, Oreo.
Okay. Just a disagreement. That's it.
Gotcha. What are you guys arguing about?
Life.
Life? It's getting a little rough.
Yeah.
And who is she to you?
It's my daughter.
Your daughter?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Oh, the daughter was there, dude. I didn't see, like, I watched like the first 20 seconds. Was like, yeah, we could do this. Why always the daughter? Now the daughter, like, this is, yeah, well, whatever. Well, let's see what happens then before I make a judgment.
Waiting on her to finish.
How'd you get the scratch marks on your neck?
I just have bad itches and it's me.
I gotcha.
Hi.
Hello. What is going on?
Samantha.
Handshake?
No, it's just, you know, it got to a point where they got into a fight. Not into a fight,
You're okay.
Not altercation, it just got to a verbal altercation.
Just a verbal altercation. I love that she went for the handshake and the bro was like, no, I'll dab you. Or I'll not even dab, I'll pound you, but that's about it. Right off the bat though, bro is covering for her. You know, like any good kind of like male domestic violence victim typically does. It's almost like too embarrassing to be like, yeah, my girlfriend beat me up. Or you're just kind of in that cycle and, you know, I don't know where he's at, where the relationship is at. But what did you get the scratches on your neck there? He's like, yeah, I'm just a lot of itching. Just a lot of little itchy and scratchy going on. It's the itchy and scratchy show over here.
And I've had enough of it. I told him it's either it needs to stop or you need to go. And that's it.
And he didn't go.
Okay. What are you guys, boyfriend, girlfriend, or what's the deal?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the other girl over there?
We live together. That's his daughter.
That's his
She's
daughter.
15.
Okay.
Her name is Natalie.
Okay.
I have the keys.
Okay.
That's my truck.
Okay.
It's either they need to, not they, he. Okay, she's 15.
Yeah.
She's a kid.
How long y'all been
Yeah,
together?
no shit, buddy.
It gets to a point where he needs to figure it out, or he does not, and he needs to figure out where he goes.
Okay.
We have never, and I mean this, never gotten into something like this until now.
Okay.
We have figured out anything before.
What was the argument about today?
Two things. Never. I think that might be a little bit of a stretch. Maybe this is the most it's ever escalated. But once that cat's out of the bag, now we see your true colors. I don't know if you were like banging some kratom inside the Natural Life CBD Kratom Kava store, according to the sign there on the wall. Or maybe you're drunk. Like, she doesn't seem drunk. Like, she could just be, ooh, loco. We don't know. But now that it's happened, bro, when you have witnesses calling 911, that's a little bit more than just a verbal disagreement.
It was just the fact of the matter that he needs to go where he goes or he stays where he stays. Like, that's it.
There we go.
That's it. I understand where, yeah, because it was right here.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And I apologize, and that is not enough.
Okay. Do you have your ID on you?
Yeah, it's in the truck.
Okay. Stay over here with me. I'll just get your information. I'll write it down here in a second.
I can get it. I'm not.
Volume's up, boys. We're back.
And start back up with him. Can that not happen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I know you don't know me.
Yeah.
I can do it.
I'm gonna go with you. Let's get your ID out of the car.
We'll be fine after all that, but it needs to stop. That's it.
Like, what needs to stop exactly? You beating the piss out of him, or him not exactly doing what you need to get you all riled up, you know? I'm not saying that he's not culpable in this disagreement. There's no context. Nobody's ever going to know that. But once you make things physical, there's no coming back from that.
Just needs to stop.
Just getting her ID out of the truck real quick.
It should not have.
Old school
His choice after.
Ram V8. Beautiful looking truck there.
It's his choice.
Two-door.
No. It's your choice.
What did I tell you when I
They
said
still
we
fighting?
come over and get your ID?
That's yours.
All right, let's go back over here.
She's just had a long day. And she's very stressed.
Sure. What's she
Sure.
stressed about?
Money and just life. That's it, man. Just disagreement.
Sure.
She works at a bar, so
Money in life. If you were to ask me the two things that everyone on the planet is stressed about, money and life would be the first two things that would come to mind. That's a very ample call, young man. What's she stressed about today? Oh, you know, money, life. Yes, welcome to existing, my friend. Congratulations.
she had a disagreement with the other bartenders. and-
Gotcha. I get it, man. My wife works at a bar too,
You know
so.
what I mean?
Hell yeah.
It's just unfortunate.
How'd you get all those bruises all over your arms?
I work in a bar.
Okay, what bar?
100 proof.
Oh, you work at 100
I
proof?
slam into the.
Yeah. Okay, I'm familiar with the place. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
It was
talk to
not
my
from
partner.
him
I understand. No, I
at
gotta
all.
ask. I just saw you
I
got
would
them on
tell
your
you if
arms
it
and all that
was.
kind of stuff.
It is not. I literally
Yeah, you're
slam
fine.
into my well.
Okay. Do me a favor and just hang out on the porch here. I gotta talk to my partner. You don't have to sit down or anything if you don't want to. You can stay standing. Whatever's comfortable for you. Just give me a couple minutes. Did you see the scratches on his
He's got it on both sides of his face.
Yeah, so I asked her, I was like, what's going on? She said, verbal on me. We live together, been together a year, that's his daughter. She was like, yeah, you know, we just started arguing about him going somewhere, I don't know, she didn't really get details. The witnesses I talked to, they were behind the shrubs over there. They said they did not see anything violent, they just saw an argument. I'm not sure if the original caller saw anything physical, but I mean, he's got foot scratches all over
Yeah,
his
no,
face.
he told me there are allergies and he scratches very aggressively. And I was like, on both sides of your face? He's like, yep. And I'm like, so I think I'll have enough for
On there.
her, yeah.
I was an officer over at the prison. I'm sure you see that as a joke.
So a couple witnesses hanging out behind the shrubs, witnesses A and B. Didn't see any physical violence, but they weren't the same witnesses that called 911. We got some visible scratches on his neck. The case is building. Like, granted, this chick seems like relatively well adjusted. You know, we've watched a lot of body cams on this channel with absolutely batshit insane goat screaming bitches. Hammered, driving drunk, all the above, right? She seems relatively cogent, maybe had a moment and just lost it and got a little fucking possible. And like the bruises on her too, those are obviously, that didn't just happen. And I bartended before. You do. I know a lot of chicks that just get random bruises that are in that job like that because you're constantly bumping into things, you're picking up bottles, you're hitting shit. Not unusual there.
Everybody does. I got my cert. I left. I became a bartender and makes more money.
Yep.
That's it.
I get it.
Like, I'm just trying to live my life. I love them more than anything.
So
I really do.
So you said it's insecurities, but fill me in a little bit. Like what causes argument
It's
today?
just how he is. Like, he's been cheated on 100 times before me.
Okay.
And then we have these conversations, not arguments, conversations about the fact that he feels this way, this way, this way, this way. It's not because of me.
Real quick. Talking about he has like really fresh scratch marks on his face and on his neck.
I never scratched him.
That's what I'm asking you about.
Okay,
Like,
I'm
so
just saying,
he has
like,
it,
from what you said, it seems to be scratches.
They're
I have
very obvious
never
scratches.
scratched him, ever.
I got you.
I love him.
Okay.
Okay, that's what everybody says about their other half, but I do. I truly love him.
Sure. And I'm not doubting you on that at all.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. I love him. I love him no matter what. But we go through our problems just like every other couple. We're getting through it. But at the same time, wrong place, wrong time.
Sure.
It has happened. I'm just letting you know. We're okay.
I got
As
you.
long
Like I
as
said,
they're
we have to
okay.
do our due diligence. Obviously, people called. I saw you guys arguing
And
when I was
I
over there.
understand that,
So that's
and
why
I
we're here.
appreciate you responding to that because you know something, nobody responds anymore. From what I've seen.
Sure.
Mind you, I'm not in your unit.
I get it.
From what I've seen. That's it.
I got you.
That's it.
Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna hang out with my buddy right here.
Are we thinking she's telling the truth. Like, she was very vehemently denied the scratching. But does this guy look like a police officer or what, by the way? That is like police officer 101 right there. I mean, you don't just, like, he didn't fall into a pricker bush, right? I don't think. Like, I don't think it was his daughter. I'm not saying it could have. He does kind of look like me a little bit, doesn't he? That, like, if you get, I mean, I get pretty white over here in the beard, which is why I keep it close. But like, once this part gets white eventually, that could be me. I mean, he's probably just me in like 5 years, to be honest, with a way less cool haircut. The flip side of that is she could absolutely be like a psycho narcissist. Like, she's talking an awful lot for nothing of it, like, you know, for being guiltless. Nothing happened. We just had an argument. Why are you going above and beyond to just continue talking and trying to prove your innocence when they didn't even really accuse you of anything yet, up until him kind of inquiring about the scratches? I don't know. We'll see.
I'm on right now. You all right?
This old age catching up, man.
I figured.
Did my man just have a moment of heartburn on camera? Look at him. Look at him.
I'm on right now.
He stopped mid-step and almost fucking had a cardiac arrest, dude. Look at this. This is great.
I'm gonna hang out with my buddy right here.
Here he goes. Oh, fuck. What is that? Oh.
You all right?
This old age catching up, man.
I guess so, brother.
I figured. She denied the scratches, but she'd been pushing it.
That's the TRT and fucking $7.50 of whiskey every night, my friend. That catches up to you, too. Takes one to know one, I guess.
Yep.
So that's going to be that.
Yep. Yeah,
It's hers.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah, I just called Canada for the DV stuff.
Yeah, I'm out of packets, too. So.
Yeah, but yeah, so the reporting party said that he saw all three of them arguing verbally.
Okay.
And then she said she heard the other female say something about,
Hey, God, buddy, can you do me a favor and stop whispering? Okay? There's only so much the Bodycam audio can handle, and you're, like, have you always never projected your whole life? Is that just the type of guy you are? You just go, so I was talking to the, you know, I was went over and she told me, how did you fucking use your voice? Talk! Son of a bitch. Yeah, we can put on closed captions, actually. Here we go.
You hit him in the mouth. And then he
Smart.
saw her shoving on him and him, like, trying to get her back.
Yeah.
And then it just, like, it was escalating. He said, escalate.
Yeah.
And then I was like, so.
Gotcha on that. Okay. Alrighty, man. Well, I guess we'll take
Smart.
her and head out. So,
Shy
I appreciate
old boy.
that, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right, Samantha, you are being placed under arrest, okay?
For
Domestic violence battery.
battery?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Devastated.
I gotcha. We're gonna walk this way, okay?
Okay.
So here's the deal. You've got plenty of witnesses that called.
Okay.
They saw her give you those scratches.
No, not at all.
They saw it happen.
I
That's why
understand
we're
what-
here.
Well, that's
I understand. So
mine.
in the state of Florida, if we develop probable cause, one party has to be arrested. The witnesses saw her put her hands on you.
No, she never.
She's
put
getting
her hands
arrested
On me. She
right
never
now.
put her hands on me though.
She did.
She
You can
did.
try to defend her all you want.
I'm
We
just
have
letting you know.
several,
My daughter. I have a
several-
witness right here says she
we
never
have
put her hands on me.
several witnesses.
She never put her
I'm
hands
not
on
here
me.
to. I'm
Kind of fucked up getting the daughter involved to lie for you, bro. Like, I'm not pumped about that. Now you're like, so now you're just what, normalizing this type of behavior to your daughter? So she thinks it's normal, not only for like your girlfriend to get physical with you. Lord knows what happens. Maybe you do the same to her. I don't know. Either way, not a great precedent to set with your 14-year-old daughter. At the same time, like, I've been in a pretty unhealthy relationship, and you get caught up. Like, you're just going to say whatever you can to have them not get arrested if possible. But apparently they're beyond that point at this place. But to bring your daughter into it's kind of slimy, if I'm being honest with you.
This seems like a debate. It's not. I'm just telling you what is going on. Okay.
She never put her hands on me. Man.
Okay. You have
Just her fingernails.
visible. You have visible injuries
It's a
all over
verbal
you.
argument, man. It's a
Okay.
verbal argument.
People don't get injuries from verbal
She's
arguments.
never done anything wrong in her whole entire life.
People don't get injuries from verbal arguments.
She's never done.
All right, bro. Now all right. You've never done anything wrong in her whole entire life? Looking like that? I was in college once, brother. I know what these ladies get up to. All right. I was in the restaurant industry, bartending for a decade plus. All right. Never done anything wrong in her whole life. Okay, pal. Alrighty, buddy. Just keep saying whatever you're gonna say. God, she's been to church every day since she was born. She has the blood of Jesus tattooed on the top of her ass crack, right where her tramp stamp used to be. Come on, bro. She's had to have done something wrong before. I mean, good Lord. Hyperbole much?
Done anything
And
wrong.
witnesses don't call people for verbal arguments.
They just seen somebody arguing, that's all.
They saw her hit you in the mouth.
Never hit me in the mouth, man.
Okay.
Never once touched.
Well, sir, this is what's going on.
Okay.
I'm just here to explain it to you.
All right. So
Okay.
she fights it in court and on your body cam, which I verbally stated she never touched me.
That's your prerogative. We have
Okay,
to make the arrest,
100%.
though. Okay?
It is.
Yep.
It's just she never put her hands on
You're
me.
going to be listed as the victim, so it's up to you in the
So
state
if I
what
go to
happens.
court and
It's your prerogative. But
there's no reason for you to arrest her.
There is. That's the part I think you're failing to understand. Is when we have probable cause, we're bound to make an arrest.
Indeed.
We're done.
Have a seat.
If that's how you feel, we're done.
We'll get the keys.
I'm
I'm
not
sure
pressing
you're.
any charges.
Yo, bro, wait, she's calling him out. He's trying to get you out of the cuffs. And she's like, we're done. If you don't get me out of these cuffs right now, that's it. We're through. I'll scratch your other side of the face. I mean, that might be, the sequencing on that might be out of context. I'd love to know what made her say that, though, because he's been going to bat hard for her, and she's just over there not having it. Still in a fight with him, apparently.
Oh my God. I've never been arrested before.
Gotcha.
Ever.
We assume that role for you. If at a later time you don't want to cooperate with the state, that's on you. But as of right now, on the scene, we assume that role for you, and the state of Florida makes an arrest on her in domestic cases. That's
You
how
mind
this
if
works.
I talk to her?
No, sir, you're not allowed to talk to her.
No dice.
Can she talk to her?
No,
first?
sir.
She's not a victim.
I'm telling you that no one can talk to her right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
We'll get you some keys. I'd assume you want to drive the truck.
I have to.
Uh-huh.
I have
So
no other
give me a couple minutes. We'll get you out of here. Is she letting him drive the truck?
Oh, I don't think so, but
No?
I'll ask.
I mean, because that's what he's under the assumption that was.
Is that
Hey,
her
Samantha,
truck?
question for
Can
you.
you please talk to me? Like, what's
Yeah,
gonna happen?
I will talk to you in a second, okay?
I've never been arrested
So,
before.
the
Like, I
reason-
don't even know how this is gonna go.
Let
I'm
me talk,
sorry.
okay?
I don't mean to interrupt you.
So
but
the
I'm
reason
freaking
you're
out.
placed under arrest right now is because we had your statement saying you pushed him, right?
Yes.
He has injuries on his face, and then we also had a witness who saw you initiate the contact and push him, like you said, okay?
How does he feel about this?
He didn't even want to call the cops. He's not very
I
compliant.
know that, but like, I've never been arrested before.
Sure.
Ever in my life.
We have to go. The state of Florida takes domestic violence very serious.
Clearly.
If we have the slightest little
understand
bit of
that,
probable cause, we're making the arrest, okay? So that's why you're in this position, okay?
Can he talk to me? Like, I'm not over here trying to like do anything. I
know.
just can he like.
So
I
right
don't know
now
if
we're
there's
going to
a-
keep parties separated, okay? Just because of the nature of the arrest, okay? We're going to keep parties separated. If you feel like you want to contact him later on, as long as you're allowed to.
I don't
for
even
it.
know his number by heart.
Okay.
Like, he got a new number. I don't. Can he talk to me like as long as I remain calm?
Not right now. So, not right now. Like I said, just do
What
the.
do I do? Like,
So
can
you're
you
gonna-
explain to
So
me
you're going
what
to go to the
I
Marion.
do?
You're going to the Marion County Jail. You're going to be on a no bond until first appearance tomorrow morning, okay? So you have to wait till he's.
Tomorrow morning?
She's gonna
Are you-
stay overnight in jail, dude.
Are you kidding me? I've never been. I have to go to work tomorrow.
Not anymore.
We have a job to do too, okay?
Oh my God! Please, can you? Like, I understand this is not.
Samantha,
I've
I do have
never
to
in
ask
my
you,
life-
do you want him to take the truck? Or we can ask the business here if they're willing to let it stay parked. If
How
not,
does he feel about this?
I'm not sure how he feels. He's not very helpful on our investigation, if I'm being honest. But again, we have a
Because
third
he's
party.
probation.
Okay. We also have a third party witness. That's why, again, you're in
Listen,
custody.
I mean,
I'm
the cop's kind of cock blocking him right now because he could have been like, he's honestly trying to, he's saying that he didn't do anything. But it's not in the cop's best interest to say that because then she's going to be like, see, he told you that, the cop's doing the right thing by not conveying that information. But it is curious to see, like, she's just so desperate to know, did he say that I hit him or what's he saying about it?
Cooperative.
I never said you weren't.
I understand. Like, I don't know how this works. I just would rather somebody help me, please. I've never in my life been arrested. I've never had the reason to.
Yeah.
Like, I understand you don't care. Like, this is your job.
It's not that I don't care. It's just I have to be very matter of fact in these situations, okay? And because I have to go off the evidence that we've been provided, okay? Off of your testimony, his testimony, as well as the third party witness, okay? And his injuries as well.
Oh my God!
So, we're gonna head out in just a second, okay? But again, do you want him to have the truck or no?
Sounds like a hood cricket.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give him the keys. Is that all right?
He's okay with me being arrested.
I don't necessarily believe he's okay with it, but
he doesn't have a say. This
Yeah.
is the thing you need
There
to
you go.
understand.
He doesn't have a
Stop
say?
talking for a second. This is what I tried to explain to
Shy
him,
guy.
and this is what this officer tried to explain to you. In the state of Florida, if probable cause is developed, probable cause means we have injuries, we have accusations, and we have witnesses building up to probable cause. If that is established, even if the victim, which would be him, does not want to press charges, the state of Florida assumes that role and we make an arrest anyway for domestic type of relations. Stop for 1 second. The reason that happens is it's very popular in the news right now, the Gabby Petito situation, right? Those officers did not make an arrest. Those officers did not make an arrest on a domestic situation because she did not want to press charges.
Yo, the Gabby Petito situation. That's crazy. Did y'all watch that shit on Netflix? I just watched that with my wife like 2 weeks ago. But he is right, though. So in the Gabby Petito documentary, they split him up. I don't know that it would have mattered anyways. Like, they didn't arrest him. They brought him to a hotel and she went away in the van. And the cops were gone. They left and whatever, washed their hands of it. And then they met up later that night. And then we all know that he ended up murdering her. I don't think it was the same day, whatever it was. But it was interesting to hear him call that out. Also interesting to hear Shy Guy come in and just absolutely deliver a not skipping a beat soliloquy of what's going on. Just hammering it. Like, he's been waiting. He's been whispering the whole time. It was like, nah, it's my time to shine. I'm going Shakespearean on this bitch.
Unfortunately, we see what happens. The state of Florida does not want that to happen. So even if the victim party in domestic situation says, I don't want to press charges, we don't care. We have a job to do. They mandate us to make an arrest. We have to make an arrest. That is how this works.
I'm sorry, can you explain to me
Yes.
how to go about this from here? I understand that this is not under my control.
Correct. It
I
is
have
not under
never
his control.
in my life
So
been
here's what my
arrested
advice,
ever in my
here's
life.
what my advice to you would be, okay?
I'm just so unsure. I'm
I know.
nervous.
Listen. I'm going to explain to you, okay?
That's why I'm freaking out. Would you?
Can you just I'll explain to you. And I'm going to give you all the information you need, okay?
Oh my
You're
God.
going to get to the
I'm
Marion
so
County Jail. You're going to get to the Marion County Jail. They're going to book you in, which all that means is they're going to take your picture. They're going to let you sit in the booking area.
Put you in a cute little
They're gonna
orange
go over some
jumpsuit.
paperwork with you. It'll be like getting checked in, okay? Once you're checked in, you will stay in the booking area until first appearance. Typically that happens first thing in the morning, okay? Early in the morning, probably 8 a.m. The judge at that time will probably set some boundaries until the resolution of this case. He might say that you guys can't contact each other. He might say that other stipulations have to be met. That's up to the judge. That's not up to us. Once that happens, you'll be out and on your way. Okay?
In the
is your phone in the
morning.
truck? Is your phone in the truck?
Yeah.
That was maybe one of the best explanations I've ever heard from an officer as far as what the potential arrested individual can expect. You know, my guy came in after me giving him shit for being shy and not talking loud enough and just fucking put his dick on the table with just the best, most concise explanation of exactly what to expect and exactly, like, just how do you even have a question after that, lady? My man just worded you to death. You can't, well, you know everything you need to know now. There's nothing else to do but sit there and cry and let them do their job. Sorry to tell you.
Do you want him to have your phone, or do you want it?
I would like him to call my mom.
That answer.
I would
Very
like
demure.
him to call someone.
Do you want your
please.
phone to go into the jail with you?
I would like to know if he can call my mom.
He can
I
call
would
whoever
like
he
to
wants.
know if some
He
like
can call
is
whoever,
it
but
the
do you
fact
want your
that
phone to go with you to the jail? Yes or no?
I don't know. Like,
I would say probably yes, because you get phone calls when
Are you
you're at the jail.
being honest
yes,
with me?
Listen, you get phone calls when you're at the jail, and they
I
let
would
you get
like
numbers
like
out of that
is there
phone.
something of like I don't know how bail works. I don't know
Yeah.
how bond works. I don't know how all that works.
So
Like,
don't worry about that tonight, because you can't get one tonight. That's out of the
can
equation.
some
tonight.
like so I'm gonna get out in the morning?
Yes.
How would that work after that?
The judge will go over that with you at first appearance. That's what the whole meeting
when
is for.
is first appearance?
They'll take you to it. You don't have to worry about that. They will take you to that.
Do you understand why I'm so scared?
I'm
I've
answering
never
your
in my
questions.
life, I've worked in a prison, but I've never
answering
been
your
through
questions.
this.
I understand.
I'm so scared. I feel like I'm not going
As of right now, to get one.
Was she like a CO? What else were you doing in a prison? What were you doing in the prison? I'm just curious. I would like to think that if you were a CO in a prison, you'd be a little bit more battle hardened than this. And like, you know what I mean? Like you'd be a little bit more willing to take one on the chin, you know? Cafeteria maybe. Yeah, it doesn't feel like she was doing a lot of the dirty work here.
Step at a time. And we're going to have to take you down there, okay? So watch your head. I'm going to shut this door. Yeah. All right, I'm going to do a statement for you just because of everything. Yeah, man.
She does want you to have the keys, okay?
NGU 839. Just let her know I love her for camp.
Okay. Alrighty, man.
Fucking spamming. So this is, as you can tell, not all body cam channels are created equal.
For this, then.
Shut the fuck up. Midwest Safety, God bless them. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the, like Code Blue Cam, they give you like the beautiful little voiceover at the end. Like, they were charged with blah, 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 blah. They were out on bail. They have to appear in court 2 times. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just don't get that. Because there's going to be a lot of copy pasta channels that just spam body cam uploads because they do well. So shout out to the channels that actually upload kind of like condensed body cam footage in a way that's produced very well, because there is something to be said about that. Now, for what it's worth, she was very cooperative, and compared to most of the subjects on this channel, I mean, she was smooth sailing, was mostly just a little bit scared. I mean, you say crocodile tears. I saw some of you guys. I think she genuinely is a little scared. Never been to jail before, has to stay the night. Not justifying her actions. Maybe it's a good lesson for her, but cops reply, sorry, this seemed like a debate. It's not. That is a good reply, actually. 3 things I'm certain of. She's a cheat, she's an abuser, he's a simp. I mean, now, see, the comments are getting a little harsh. You know, I like to try and play devil's advocate in the way that is seeing the best side of people. Maybe the opposite of that. I'm trying to play angel's advocate here. You know, maybe they just had a tough one and she's really not that bad. And yeah, usually, oh, that's wrong. They probably are just all fucking terrible. I love him through anything. I love him 3 minutes later. We're done. Yeah, that was funny. Anyways, another one for the books, man. That one was a nice reprieve from the goat screams. Just having a girl kind of have to face the music and take it with a little bit of grace relative to what we usually see. No spit hoods, no kicking and screaming, no goat screams. Pretty respectful all around. But you know what? Hope that works out for him. You know that after she gets bailed out of jail, they're going right back to it. And, you know, true love just can't be separated by a night in the clink in a $500 bond. You know, they'll find their way back to each other. God bless that 14-year-old daughter, too. I mean, just normalizing that shit. But, like, here's the deal. Like, I've been in a relationship with a chick just like that, where it was like things would get physical sometimes, but I'm just a massive human being. She was super tiny, and it was never in public. Very unhealthy, and I don't know. Like, it just sucks. Like, it's one of those things. Like, you love someone, but you hate them, and you don't get along, and like they might not be a terrible person, but there's just something about you two together that brings out the worst in each other, and then you find someone else and you can thrive. I don't know. It's like relationships are a funny thing, you know? But boy, oh boy, did I learn a lot about myself during that relationship. Really a great growth experience, and so blessed to be in the marriage I'm in right now with the missus. It is funny, dude. There's an interesting dynamic with humans where two people individually have their strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes when you put those in, you know, they find ways to cope with their weaknesses and they try to leverage their strengths, right? But sometimes certain attraction brings people together, and for whatever reason, that togetherness amplifies their weaknesses and brings it out, because there's just so many emotions in a relationship, and that can become super problematic. And sometimes you forget what your strengths are and the things that you loved about yourself before finding that person, and for whatever reason, it's like it's the bad inside of both of you that seems to flourish together. And I don't know the reason for that. And I don't know that there's any remedy to that except to find a way to sever that, and just, you have to find someone else, because for that same person, both of those people, there could be somebody else out there for each of them where you find that person, and now for some reason you coalesce and you don't really know why, but all of a sudden your weaknesses become muted and your strengths seem to be shoved to the forefront, and you complement each other in a beautiful way. And I don't know that there's any scientific reasoning for that. A lot of it's happenstance and luck and just trial and error, truly. But that is the truth to life. And the problem is, a lot of the people that find each other and they love each other in the first case scenario where their weaknesses get amplified, it doesn't necessarily mean you stop loving each other. And those people stay together for way too long when the only solution to stop the pain is to rip the Band-Aid off and just sever that relationship completely. And unfortunately for a lot of people, that takes way too long to do that. Took me 4 years, which is a long time. I didn't really know until maybe the 16 to 18 month mark that it needed. Well, I take that back. I knew after 2 years that eventually this needed to be severed, and I fucking took another 2. So that's to my own fault. And even after the severing, there were still those feelings of like, did I fuck it up? Oh, maybe I should go back, blah, blah, blah. It's a fucked up thing, relationships, man. They can tune your brain up, make you think some crazy shit that makes no sense, no logic, zero rationale. Truly insane. But let me tell you, if you hold out and you recognize that and you have the self-awareness and you sever that shit, if you're lucky enough to find someone that amplifies those strengths, there can be a million other things, whatever. But you just you start to realize that, you know what? That's it. Have a good night, guys. Appreciate you. Deuces.